Catherine, Queen of Navarre, reigned from 1483 until 1517. She was also Duchesses of Gandia, Montblanc, and Peñafiel, Countess of Foix, Bigorre, and Ribagorza, and Viscountess of Béarn. Biography. Catherine was the younger daughter of Gaston of Foix, Prince of Viana, and Magdalena of Valois, the sister of Louis XI of France. She was born and raised during the reign of her paternal great-grandfather, King John II, who was succeeded by her mother Eleanor in 1479. The father having already died, the crown of Navarre devolved upon Catherine's brother Francis Phoebus upon her mother's death the same year. Reign. In 1483 the death of Francis made Catherine queen under the regency of the mother. Her uncle John of Foix, appealing to the Salic law alien to the Kingdom of Navarre, claimed the throne and ignited a civil war that reignited the old conflict of the Beaumont-Agramonte parties. In 1484, hard-pressed by ambitions over the throne of Navarre, Magdalena of Valois decided to marry 15-year-old Catherine to John of Albret, hailing from a noble family in western Gascony. This marriage was favoured by many of Catherine's Iberian subjects and would have given Catherine much-needed support in her fight against her uncle's claim. The wedlock took place at the Notre Dame Cathedral of Lescar in 1486, but the coronation of the young couple in Pamplona was deferred until 1494. After a fleeting peace treaty with Louis of Beaumont, Count of Lérine, and Catherine's grand-uncle, King Ferdinand II of Aragon, was signed. However, the marriage did not garner the sympathy of the Navarrese Beaumont party, always preferring Isabella I of Castile's and Ferdinand II of Aragon's off to marry Catherine to the son John, Prince of Asturias, and even the Agramonte party split. Catherine's mother Magdalena died in 1495. In 1504, she made her will, confirming her son Henry's right to succeed her and expressing her wish to be buried at the Cathedral of Pamplona. Ultimately both she and John were interred in Lescar. The political alliance between the houses of Valois and Foix ahead of an impending Spanish invasion led to marriage negotiations between Catherine and Louis XII in 1512. It was suggested that Henry should marry a daughter of the French king. 1512 Castilian Aragonese invasion. Ferdinand, who had allied with the Pope against France, presented a set of claims to the legitimate royal family of Navarre. Catherine didn't accept the demands, and Ferdinand sent Fernando Alvarez de Toledo, 3rd Duke of Alba, over to Pamplona, who occupied Pamplona on 25 July 1512. The Castilians went on to conquer Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port after setting fire to Roncesvalles, and wrought havoc across the Merindad of Ultrapuertos. The Spanish troops would retain the southern half of the region intermittently for the next years. Catherine and John III, overwhelmed by the Castilian push, fled to Béarn, constituent part of the kingdom. They set the base in Pau, Orthez and Tarbes, where they alternately resided most of the time until their deaths. On 23 March 1513, the Cortes of Navarre reunited in Pamplona, greatly reduced to the pro-Spanish Beaumont party, and pledged allegiance to Ferdinand in exchange for his loyalty to the Navarrese laws. In 1515, Upper Navarre was annexed to the Crown of Castile as a different kingdom, and it would be one constituent part of the Kingdom of the Spains, as Spain came to be known during the following period. Later years. In 1516, two columns led by King John III and Pedro, Marshal of Navarre, crossed the Pyrenees south and attempted to reconquer Navarre, but they failed to progress into the heartland of the kingdom. Devastated by the defeats undergone, John retreated to Monin, and died on 17 June 1516. Queen Catherine did not outlive her husband much longer, and died in her domain of Mont-de-Marsan on 12 February 1517, just a few months later. By then, she had given birth to 13 children. From 1512 to her death in 1517, Catherine was actual queen only in some areas of Bassin Navarre, or Lower Navarre, north of the Pyrenees, but her domains extended to the contiguous Principality of Béarn and other lands. Children. She and John III of Navarre were parents to 13 children: Anne of Navarre, Magdalena of Navarre, Catherine of Navarre, Abbess of the Trinity at Caen, Joan of Navarre, Quiteria of Navarre, Abbess at Montevilliers, a stillborn son in 1500, Andrew Phoebus of Navarre, Henry II of Navarre, Buenaventura of Navarre, Martin of Navarre, Francis of Navarre, Charles of Navarre. Took part in the siege of Naples during the War of the League of Cognac but was captured. Died while still held as a prisoner of war. Isabella of Navarre, married René I, Viscount of Rohan. Ancestors.